At 60, Scottie Pippen still stands as a towering figure in basketball history, not merely for his achievements, but for the quiet strength behind them. While many remember the brilliance of the Chicago Bulls dynasty, fewer recognize the man who held it together from the shadows. Pippen was more than a teammate. He was the system that made greatness sustainable. His legacy is not built on noise or self-praise, but on resilience, sacrifice, and a relentless will to rise above circumstances that would have broken most people long before success ever arrived. A foundation beneath the dynasty. Pippen's career is decorated with accolades: 6 NBA championships, multiple All-Star selections, and elite defensive honors. But numbers only tell part of the story. He redefined what it meant to be a complete player. With the defensive instincts of a guard and the size of a forward, he could control the game in ways few others could. If his teammate was the spotlight, Pippen was the structure holding the stage together. Without his versatility and discipline, the Chicago Bulls would never have evolved into the unstoppable force that defined an era of basketball dominance. Growing up in poverty. Long before fame, Pippen's life began in hardship in Hamburg, Arkansas. His childhood home was fragile, worn down by time and neglect, barely able to protect the family from harsh winters or heavy rains. 12 children shared that space, often with little food and fewer resources. Hunger was not occasional, it was routine. He attended school in worn clothes, hiding his struggles behind silence. This environment did not nurture dreams, it suppressed them. For young Scottie, survival came before ambition, and hope was a luxury he could not afford to entertain. A family marked by illness tragedy struck deeply within his family. His father suffered a debilitating stroke, leaving him partially paralyzed and unable to work. The emotional toll on the household was immense. His brother Ronnie also became permanently disabled, confined to a wheelchair. These weren't distant hardships. They were daily realities that shaped Pippen's worldview. Watching loved ones suffer without the means to help created a deep internal fear, not of failure, but of helplessness. That fear would later fuel his determination, pushing him to become strong enough to never feel powerless again. The strength of his mother. At the center of this struggling family stood his mother, Ethel Pippen, carrying burdens few could imagine. She worked tirelessly, balancing multiple jobs while caring for her husband and children. Exhaustion became her constant companion, yet she pressed on without complaint. Young Scottie watched her sacrifices closely. Her quiet endurance left a lasting impression. She didn't speak about strength, she embodied it. Those moments, etched into his memory, became the blueprint for his own resilience. From her, he learned that perseverance is often silent and that survival itself can be an act of courage. A childhood without innocence. Unlike many children, Pippen's early years lacked joy and freedom. His home echoed with struggle rather than laughter. While others played freely, he observed from a distance, often unable to participate due to lack of resources. Dreams felt unrealistic in a world where basic needs weren't guaranteed. He grew quiet, withdrawn, and emotionally guarded. It wasn't that he lacked feeling, it was that expressing it felt dangerous. Over time, he began to feel invisible, as if the world had already decided he didn't matter. That sense of invisibility would become one of the deepest wounds he carried. Rejection before opportunity. As he grew older, rejection became a defining theme. While peers received scholarships and recognition, Pippen received nothing. Coaches overlooked him, judging his thin frame and unremarkable presence. He wasn't even rejected outright. He was ignored. That indifference cut deeper than criticism. Eventually, he found a place at the University of Central Arkansas, but not as a player. He joined as a team manager, responsible for cleaning, organizing, and supporting others. It was a humbling role, far removed from the spotlight, reinforcing the belief that he was destined to remain unseen. Life on the sidelines. As a manager, Pippen spent his days serving players who lived the dream he longed for. He cleaned lockers, gathered equipment, and watched from the sidelines as others played. He wasn't part of the team in any meaningful way. The emotional toll was heavy. Nights often ended with him alone, questioning his worth and future. The mirror reflected someone he feared the world would never notice. Yet even in this obscurity, something inside him refused to fade. Beneath the doubt and disappointment, a quiet determination continued to grow, waiting for its moment. An unexpected transformation. That moment came unexpectedly. During his freshman year, Pippen experienced a rapid growth spurt. His body changed dramatically, giving him physical tools he had never possessed before. What seemed like luck was, in reality, an opportunity, one he seized with urgency. He began participating in practice sessions, initially as a substitute. Coaches started to notice glimpses of talent hidden beneath years of neglect. It wasn't polished or refined, but it was real. For the first time, the possibility of becoming a player, and more importantly, being seen, began to feel attainable. Relentless work and rising. Fire opportunity alone was not enough. Pippen trained with intensity, driven by the fear of returning to obscurity. Every practice became a test of survival. He pushed his body to exhaustion, enduring pain, doubt, and criticism. Teammates questioned his presence, and coaches remained uncertain. But Pippen used that skepticism as fuel. Each bruise, each failure, strengthened his resolve. He wasn't chasing fame. He was running from the life he refused to return to. His work ethic became his identity, transforming him from an overlooked figure into a rising force no one could ignore. Outro, a legacy forged in silence. Scottie Pippen's story is not just about basketball. It is about endurance in the face of relentless adversity. His greatness was not handed to him. It was carved out of hardship, rejection, and pain. While others shined in the spotlight, he built his legacy in silence, proving that strength does not always demand recognition. His journey reminds us that some of the most powerful forces in history are not the loudest, but the most persistent. Pippen didn't just support greatness, he became it, quietly and unforgettably, through scars the world rarely sees.